Hello and welcome. It is 10 o'clock Wednesday, the 12th of October, and this video is more of a testimony than me talking about a topic or preaching or anything like that. We have an amazing testimony, me and my wife. At 12:47 today, Gabriel Luke was born, and he has the name Gabriel Luke because in my prayer and meditation the Holy Ghost came upon me and told me to name my first son that. And when faced with realizing that I have a vision and that I'm going to wind up preaching for the rest of my life, and I look at the awesome responsibility that is, and I wonder why God picked me. I was basically told not to worry about that and to ask for what I wanted. So I asked for a son, and God said, no, you're going to have 3 sons. And I don't know if that's going to wind up being adoption or what, but I just know that it started and that phase 1 is complete. And that's tremendous reassurance for me. I know in the future, when things get rough again, I will look back on this and know that God is faithful. God keeps His promises, that I have nothing to worry about. So Gabriel Luke is here. I'm holding him right now. You can't see him in the camera shot. Penny is behind camera, resting, my wife. And we're going to try and gather all the facts for this testimony. Medically speaking, according to all medical science, we were supposed to have problems with conception. There were 2 previous miscarriages. What's the condition?
Polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Polycystic ovarian syndrome was the diagnosis. Was supposed to make conception very difficult, and carrying the full term even more difficult. And despite all those odds, and despite a prescription being written and filled, was it?
Mm-hmm.
And despite a prescription being written and filled for fertility drugs on the low end of that spectrum, we never even had to take them. Conception happened, and 1 day shy of full term, is it?
Yes.
1 day shy of full term, Gabriel was born, and I kind of feel like he was just too curious to wait any longer. He wanted to see what was going on in the world. Wow, I just skimmed over the whole thing. I mean, it feels like I left stuff out. What are the other obstacles we faced? The advanced maternal age.
Yeah, and my back pain and
my poor wife suffered through 4 herniated discs to bear this child, and that was a factor into complications during pregnancy, as far as managing the pain and the immobility, and when you get used to living your life having a partner share all the work, and then she's sidelined and you have to take care of everything. It gave me a chance to show off the inner strength God has given me, and here we are here today, parents. When you look at medical science, my father had predominantly all girls, and I was the exception. And as the Bible says, the firstborn male who opens up the womb shall be holy. So this is a firstborn male, and this is kind of awesome. I have 3 older daughters, but my wife's first child, so there's a lot of biblical principles at work here. I just holding on to what God says, despite times when there was a scare and we were in the hospital in triage, and just holding on to know God. I know God promised me 3 sons, and one of them's coming. And I held on to that long enough that in the delivery room, I almost was like, okay, when's the next one going to come out? Even though they never found anything, any scans or anything. To test your faith, you don't really have to fight like a conflict, but you have to fight when when all signs and all visual stimulation and all tactile stimulation, when all the world tells you contradicts what your faith is holding on to, you still have to hold on to it. Is there anything you want to add to this, Ben?
No, I think you
Just-
pretty much covered everything.
Suggestions for editing, perhaps?
Um,
We'll splice this up pretty good.
Mhm.
Try and put it all in time order.
yeah. We could do something more well thought out. Use this as a baseline.
Well, then start writing, young lady.
My goodness. Okay.
Yes, I'm giving you work while you're in the hospital after delivery.
My
This
gosh.
ministry work never stops. The camera is here in the hospital room.
Okay, honey. Bye.